So what I want to talk about is websites, pattern websites, starting another website along with your Etsy shop. So I get a lot of questions on should I start another website along with my Etsy shop? Should I start a pattern website with my Etsy shop? So I just want to kind of talk a little bit about that and my experience with it. So, for those of you that aren't familiar, you have your Etsy shop. That's one platform. Etsy did roll out a couple of years ago the ability for you to have launch a website selling the same stuff or even additional items on your own website platform, but it's also affiliated with Etsy, and that's called Pattern. So, what it allows you to do, you pay a separate monthly fee. It's like 15 bucks. You have a separate dashboard which you can sort everything out by Etsy sales, pattern sales. But the nice thing about Pattern is it allows you to put your listings directly into Pattern, so you don't have to do a listing on Etsy and then do another listing on another website. So it saves you a lot of time where it is completely seamless. So that is a huge benefit. And that's one of the reasons that I took advantage of Pattern, because I didn't have the time to roll over all my listings. I did have another website. I was trying to get my Etsy shop up and running, uh, and I was spending a lot of time doing that, and it still wasn't where it needed to be yet. And then I was taking time away from my Etsy shop and trying to build a website at the same time. So it was almost counterproductive. And then Etsy released Pattern, so I switched to Pattern because I thought it was a fantastic idea to save time on doing duplicate listings. So that's the main reason that I switched to Pattern. So I would highly recommend, if you're starting an Etsy shop or you have an Etsy shop, but you still need to tweak it, still some work to do, to get your Etsy shop in order first. Get your house in order there, and then once you start cleaning things up and get all your SEO in order, your shop sections, all the stuff that I talk about in my previous videos, once you get that all up and running and you feel good about that, then I would start probably Pattern, just because it'll save you a lot of time, kind of get your feet wet, and then once you're moving along with that, think about possibly rolling into another website, using a third-party application such as like Shopify or something like that. But your time is going to be limited when you're starting out, so that's why I would recommend making it easy as possible on yourself, when you're starting out. Some of the other drawbacks of Pattern 2 is it is limited in the design of the aesthetic, which on one hand makes it really simple, but on the other hand, it kind of has limitations to it. There's marketing limitations, Facebook pixel marketing limitations, stuff like that. Which if you're new, you're not going to worry about getting into any of that to start off. So it does have some limitations. It's not as uh, robust as other third-party applications. So that's another thing to consider too. Um, because down the road you're probably gonna grow out of it and want some more features and stuff like that. So hopefully that answers your questions. But like I said, I would start off simple. Just get your Etsy shop in order. Um, it's an established platform. There's millions and millions of people coming to Etsy every day. So if you can't sell your items or can't figure out a way to sell your items on Etsy, it's going to be really hard for you to sell them on your own website because you don't have any traffic or anything like that. So you're going to have to start from scratch, really optimize your SEO, really optimize your marketing when you go out on your own. So that's why a lot of businesses fail too. They start out on their own. It's really, really tough to kind of break into that. So third-party applications such as Etsy already has an established customer base. So it's a lot easier to kind of break into that and start selling there, and then transition your products over to your own space. So I would make it work on Etsy first, get that stuff, ironed out, and then kind of branch off of that. So, that's what I've done, and it's worked pretty well. But just don't get ahead of yourself. I know you're an entrepreneur like myself. You're always looking for the next, the next route, the next channel to sell. So it's kind of hard to hold yourself back sometimes. But sometimes you gotta get the small stuff ironed out before you move on to the big stuff. So, but yeah, hopefully that helped you guys. And tune in to the next video. Thanks. a great Etsy entrepreneur beta membership program that I've rolled out. So this is a all comprehensive, all inclusive program to help fellow Etsy entrepreneurs like yourself. What I wanted to do, instead of scouring the internet trying to find ways to be successful on Etsy, how to be successful on Etsy, and all these different people and listening to all this different stuff, I wanted one place that you could go uh, to find out all this information, basically a roadmap and a blueprint on what do I need to do to be successful on Etsy. When I started out, I didn't have that, and that's why I wanted to do this for fellow Etsy entrepreneurs. I had to look everywhere and figure stuff out on my own, and it just slowed me down. It took so much away from my business because I was trying to figure out what I needed to do to be successful, and I wasn't focusing on creating new products and the creative stuff that we all want to do. We don't want to have to worry about SEO and traffic and all this stuff, but unfortunately, it's one of the things that we have to refine. Otherwise, we're not going to succeed on Etsy. So I basically took everything that I've done and am doing to get me to six figures in my business, put it into a membership program for you. So you can follow it and use the plan and the playbook that I laid out to refine your Etsy shop, bring in more customers, bring in more revenue for you, to, you know, free up your time and not be focused so much on your business all the time. Be creative, bring in a comfortable living, and, free up your time for your family. So the way it's laid out is it's going to be in a course format, just kind of like what you saw today. I like to teach by showing. I don't want to do a lot of slides. I want to lay out everything and do video walkthroughs of everything so you can kind of see what I'm doing and what I'm talking about. So that's the way I laid out the courses. There's 20 plus courses in there, basically starting from opening your Etsy shop to refining your Etsy shop to marketing to customer service, third-party applications, everything from getting you open and then refining your business and growing your business so that you can start making more money on Etsy. That is the way that it's laid out, all walkthrough courses. I'm constantly adding new courses from feedback of stuff that you guys need or questions that you have. A lot of the time, I'll go in and create a new course for you and just put it in that membership. I'm constantly doing that and updating it because I want it to be the most comprehensive resource for fellow Etsy entrepreneurs out there to kind of help you grow your shop. Another thing that I'm adding and is a huge missing piece, if you've done other Etsy courses or courses in general, a lot of time you take the course, it may be good, it may be bad, but then you have questions or you need help with something, and it's there's no one to go to. You don't have any way to get those questions answered. I'm taking that away with the community aspect. It's a private Etsy community in there of fellow Etsy entrepreneurs and myself. If you have questions, success stories, feedback, stuff like that, anything you can post in there to get your questions answered, I'm going to hop in and answer your questions. There's going to be other members in there that you can talk to, you can communicate with. If you want a strategy, if you need a strategy session, if you need ideas, if you're thinking about implementing something you're not sure about, you can post it in there and get feedback almost instantly, or usually within the same day or a couple of hours, to kind of help you move the needle forward and just really have the support in the community that a lot of people are missing. A lot of times with being an entrepreneur, you're alone. There's really no one to turn to. A lot of your friends and family may not understand what you're doing. So this is a safe space so you can go and get that help. And it's really invaluable. The community aspect is really the most valuable part of this membership program. That's what a lot of other similar programs are missing. Another thing is I'm going to do routine coaching calls and feedback. I want to see how you're doing, what you need help with. These are going to be live calls, maybe one-on-one, maybe group calls, kind of see how many we need, depending on how many members we have. We are going to have limited members in the beta group, just because I'm setting a cap to it. I don't want too many members while I'm building this out, because there's still some courses that aren't finished yet. There is a lot of courses in there, but I want to use the coaching calls and the feedback loop to see what you need, what additional courses we need until we make this a full membership. Don't get me wrong, it is a full membership in the scope that you will have all the resources and more as the beta membership, because there's not going to be near as much coaching and one-on-one contact once it's a full membership, because there's going to be more members. So the perks are far more in the beta membership. You'll have a lot more ability to give feedback with this membership. The way I'm doing it is a 30-day trial. I want you to get in there. I don't want you to have to worry about, putting money up front. And I know once you get in there, it's going to be very valuable to you. You're going to love the feedback, and you're going to love the community, and you're going to want to stay. After that, it's going to be $19.99 a month. The cost, less than the cost of a night out of dinner. You're going to be able to have the community and have the resources to grow your business, hopefully to the level that I've run mine or more. So that's really invaluable to be able to do that and have the knowledge and the support in the community to do that for such a low cost. I do want to have some cost in there, because a lot of times people don't take things as serious if there isn't at least somewhat of a cost in there. Plus, it will help me, give me the resources to kind of continue to build out this membership program and make it the elite membership program for fellow Etsy entrepreneurs out there. That is my goal. So if you want to get in, go ahead and you can jump to Etsy Entrepreneur /success resources. Make sure you're at the beginning. It's HTTPS. That is secured. And then it's www.etsyentrepreneur.com /success resources. There will be a link that you'll be able to click on and get in there and get your spot. It is open immediately. So you get in there, you sign up, and you can go in and start watching the courses. You'll have access to that community to be able to go in and ask your questions right away. So I would encourage you to do so. Even if you want to jump in and to the community and just say hello, introduce yourself. We want to hear from you. Maybe you have questions immediately on your shop or just feedback on your shop. Go ahead and pop in there and ask for feedback on your shop. I'm more than happy to help you. A lot of people are just missing a few little things that's keeping them away from really growing their Etsy business and really making the sales that they want to make. So this is going to give you that support in that community to really help you. Like I said, this is a great place for you to go, get the knowledge you need, but more importantly, get that community and get the help that you need to really grow your Etsy business. It is really going to be invaluable to helping you along your journey. Like I said, when I started out, I didn't have this, and it was just slowed me down. If I would have had something like this early on, I would have cut years off my timetable of being able to grow my Etsy business to the point that I wanted to grow it. You can definitely do the same thing. You're just missing, a little bit of help and knowledge that will help you do that. So I hope to see you in there. Go ahead and sign up. Start watching the videos right away. Get the help that you need. Start implementing it, and then we can grow our businesses together. There's a lot of room for success on Etsy. So I want you to be successful on there as well. So hope to see you in there. Until then, that is the end of this webinar. I hope you got a lot out of it. I covered a lot, but there's a way more information and way more content in the membership to help you guys out. So I will see you in there. And until then, have a great rest of your day, and good luck and happy selling.